conversation I just had. At times like these, the sisterhood is still what you draw on. If you tick one or some of the boxes, discrimination, barriers, misogyny and bias come with the territory, and throughout my career I tick most of the boxes at one time or another. Woman, tick. Young woman, tick. 40-something woman, tick. 50-something woman, tick. Single woman, tick. Married woman, tick. Full-time worker and mother of two, tick. Woman of non-Anglo-Saxon heritage, tick. Older woman, tick. None of this stopped me playing the game day after day. I'm also short and small in stature, for which no high heel can compensate. Petite, say my friends. Small but power-packed, said a work colleague. In a world where the other players were all men, my physical size and strength put me at a disadvantage in some forms of the game. The field of play, the boardroom, the opening tactic, the handshake. I once found myself surreptitiously stretching my hand backwards and forwards, thinking, God, that hurt. Play continued, with everyone taking their strategic positions around the enormous boardroom table. Every other person was an older white male, except for one younger man, who had compensated by ramping up his handshake methodology from firm to ridiculous. One of my older male colleagues confirmed the strategy as just a power thing. That younger handshake assaulter was hoping to subliminally assert himself a little more. No doubt most, if not all of the men sitting around the table had similar lived experiences, which meant similar values, tactics and skills were the name of this game. They all intuitively understood the same power plays, from the opening handshake to the negotiation styles that were played across the table. Throughout my career, I have always worked in blokey cultures. The makeup of people around these boardroom tables is slowly changing, but slowly is the operative word. Not fast enough is the reality. The business case has been made time and again that diversity delivers success in terms of profit and workplace culture, and yet all too often it feels like this information is falling on deaf ears. I don't believe that effective leadership traits are gendered. Rather, good traits are weighted differently based on different lived experiences. Throughout history, many older white males have been great leaders, led successful businesses and governments, and empowered future successful leaders. Many I have worked with. The best leaders have encompassed compassion and empathy in their style, be that for their employees, their stakeholders, their citizens or their customers. But lived experiences of people of different genders, different ages, different cultural backgrounds, sexualities, and abilities all shape leadership styles and create different voices, all of which need to be seen and heard if we are to make a world where all people are represented and treated equally. Still, it remains as true today as it did years ago that cultural prejudice, ageism and sexism all lurk, overlap and intersect in the corridors of power and in all workplace cultures. Sometimes these forces remain unseen, covered up or hidden in unconscious parts of the mind, only surfacing from time to time in unexamined speech or action. Other times they are part of a pattern, occurring so regularly that they might feel mundane and innocuous. Either way, these forces create roadblocks that thwart people's leadership journeys. Our society, be it parliament or workplace, the school playground or the sporting arena, is structured on power. Power in all its glorious and inglorious forms. Power for good and for bad. Power used to make a difference, and power used to keep things the same. The power of financial and personal independence, and the power of silence or being silenced. Unspoken, historical and structural rules around power. Power used to amplify the voices of others. The possibilities when power intersects with courage and the gift of time. Positions of power aren't confined to the office held, the title, or to politics. Power doesn't just manifest itself in overtly power.